In the previous video, we learned all about the variety of topics that one can talk about, especially when it's the first time we are going to speak in front of an audience or gathering. I'm sure you would have made a list of all the topics which you know about. We also learned how our body reacts and mind thinks when we approach that designated time and location of our speech. We tend to take on a lot of stress. We learned how some very simple acts of practice and habit can help us greatly reduce that stress, allowing us to be more open to the idea of speaking to an audience and conversing with them. As promised in this video, we will know about the general structure of what we want to talk about. Let me also tell you that this is just one of the many ways of structuring a talk, speech, or presentation. I have found this to be one of the easier ways to use. Most kinds of speeches and presentations have the following. 1. The core message or foundation. This is largely dependent on the topic, content, and your knowledge about it. This means that you know what subject matter you will be talking about in your presentation. Based on this core message, we develop the following structure of the presentation in order to make it a rock-solid, stable one. Second, next we have the pillars of this core message or the foundation. And these are three such pillars. The first pillar is information or facts or data or statements. The second pillar is examples of that information, facts or data which you presented. The third pillar is the support material directly contributing to the message, the data shared and the example given, which further establishes your credibility of the source and it establishes your own credibility as a speaker. Now, these three pillars are reinforced by restatement. The restatement is a reinforcing phrase or a sentence structure about the core message itself and the foundation of your topic. It helps solidify the stability built upon the pillars of information, example, and the support materials. The final piece of this structure is the hook. It is a parting statement, which is a memorable ending, line, or phrase which summarizes your entire presentation in one line. I recommend that you make it like a final statement, which in one line tells what your presentation was all about. So there we have it. The structure of a speech or presentation lies in its core foundation message, supported ably by three pillars of information, example, and support materials. These are further reinforced by the restatement itself, finally leaving your listeners with a parting hook, which in one line summarizes all that your talk was about. A perfect, stable, solid structure to a speech. Now think for a minute. How do you apply this technique of structure? What would you write when the topic is you, yourself? What would be your core message? Maybe you can tell who you are as a person. The pillars of support can be the activities or examples from your life which reconfirm or reaffirm who you are as a person. Put in the examples of what people have said about you, what they appreciate about you. Recall those fond memories, those little things about you. Add on to what your personality is all about by restating the same. Finally, finish off with a line, perhaps something that you want people to remember you by. That becomes your hook. Folks, that is all for this video. Do share in the comments as to how did you apply this technique for the topics that you thought about, that you wanted to write about. This is Coach Harsh signing off.